And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again another day committed to being your consumer advocate, helping you understand your buying decisions, make you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'd love to help you win. Save our hotline number. At some point, you may need it, 813-750-0550. You can call or text that line. It's an off-air number, 813-750-0550. Call or text. Also, consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. Our goal is to help you win. As a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, we rank in the top 1% of all 25,000 realtors in Tampa Bay. We'd like to feature our real estate listings live on air on our show to help our sellers profit more and sell faster, utilizing our innovation with radio, TV, and internet marketing. So we got a property here at 722 Pruitt Drive on Madeira Beach, waterfront. Beautiful property here. Bring your boat. You got a boat dock, deep water access on the duplex as well. So it's an income property that you can see here in Tampa Bay, about 1,500 square feet, deep water access, large dock, great for fishing, of course, 95-foot lot. So this is a large lot considered for the beach here at 722 Pruitt Drive, listed around $850,000. Now, we also have another waterfront property here at 100 Oakmont Lane in Bel Air, Florida. This one is unit number 611, and this has $1 million views from this condo on the beach. Beautiful property here, about 1,300 plus square feet, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, amazing balcony views, in-unit laundry, which is big for a lot of condos. You can't do that in some of them, but check out that view if you're checking our live stream on Facebook, YouTube, Apple, Amazon, or Roku, and a great opportunity with spacious bedrooms at 100 Oakmont Lane, Bel Air, unit number 611. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
And let's give a quick shout out to our friends at Veteran Gutters, Brandon Porter and his team. They do such a great job, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, they are a first-class organization. They handled a lot of our real estate properties here in Tampa Bay. American-made product, and he is a veteran that served our great country. Brandon Porter, let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we got a great lineup for you today as well on the program. Later on, we're going to talk to our restaurant partner, Doug Clark. He is the owner and head chef over at Ours Creole Smokehouse over in Tarpon. And we have Michael Thompson coming in, as well as Thomas YOUNK, Cons Helping Cons. Let's go ahead and make our introductions right here in studio. Michael, welcome to the show.
Awesome, man. Thank you for having me, Brandon.
Michael Thompson, so you're a realtor, you're an all-star realtor down in Southwest Florida, and you're also involved in more and more political, in the realm of politics as well.
Yeah. So I've been doing real estate in Fort Myers for the past 21 years. Recently, over the past 2 years, I started getting into a little venture into politics. And, man, the passion, that I have for that, and hopefully changing, course from what we're currently seeing coming out of Washington. But it's great, man. So we're up here, doing some things in Pinellas County, trying to flip the county back to red. Right now, I think it's probably about 1,600 voter registrations away from flipping it back to red. So we're really just out here trying to spread some conservative values, policies, looking to support, conservative candidates, and, maybe, looking to go take a look at this duplex that you've got over here as well.
There you go. I love it. There you go. And so Governor DeSantis, he's speaking tonight actually as well. And also, he's saying that more and more of the folks coming from out of states, those blue states, they're getting away from it, and they're registering overwhelmingly Republican now.
Yeah, that is true. Florida's eventually going to take over and turn red. Right now the Democrats hold an advantage when it comes to voter registrations in Florida, but that has shrunk big time. So that's huge. over 20 years of doing of real estate, we always had season, like you guys have up here as well. We get people to come down, and they used to bring their politics with them.
Yeah.
Now, these people are coming because of politics.
Exactly.
Specifically in Southwest Florida, I was looking at our real estate trends, and dating back to January of 2020, we're at 4 to 6 months of inventory on the market, all the way up through I think March and April of 2020. What happened? Politically, all the lockdowns and stay in your home and all that stuff started, right?
Yep.
The inventory level in Southwest Florida went from 4 to 6 months to less than 1 month.
Yeah.
Almost overnight. Yeah. And it's been there ever since. And the people haven't stopped coming. I think they're going to continue to come as long as they continue to do the mask mandates up north, the lockdowns, and all the silliness that they're going on. Yeah. And now they're wanting to start talking about mandatory vaccinations. I tell you what, Texas, and I know what the Democrats are doing out in Texas. They're trying to, get out there and take that big lead away from the Republicans. But I tell you what, I think you're going to have more and more people who are looking for freedom, move to the South,
That's right.
to where these states are, where they're not requiring all these lockdowns.
Yeah.
So, it's a good thing. But, we really got to be able to stay out here and engage with these people, because you can't ever take your foot off the gas pedal. You really just got to stay in front of them and remind them why they're down here.
That's right.
Because that's a huge reason why they're here.
Yeah, big time. We got a great governor in this state as well. So Michael Thompson, more from Michael coming up. I want to go to the phone lines now. We got Thomas YOUNK, Cons Helping Cons, Free to Serve on Facebook. Hey, Thomas.
Hello, sir.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Very well. Life is good.
Awesome. Good to hear it. So, Thomas, you were introduced through a mutual friend, Captain Will Smith, good buddy of mine. He's written a couple books, Falling from the Sky, which we're making into a movie. Very excited to see the movement on that, by the way. Some big developments lately. And then Cons Helping Cons is a nonprofit organization that you started to help folks when they're coming out of that position. They're in prison, they're coming out, and you're doing such a good job with these folks out there. Give us an overview of what you're doing.
Well, we've really been blessed. In the last, we started in 2013. We've helped over 1,100 people now. If those 1,100 people wouldn't have had any help, about 800 of them would have gone back to prison. With us, only 5 have gone back to prison.
Wow.
And the key is, of course, finding the job and finding a place to live so they're secure. But for us, the real difference is the assigning them a mentor, somebody who's been in their shoes, somebody who's come out of prison and has become successful. It really helps to have a hook with them because you can ask them questions and not make old mistakes. That's really the key, is having a mentor. And I just got to tell you how blessed we are. Up here in Hernando recently, first off, we haven't been able to find housing. That's really been a problem for the last year. But recently I helped a couple of guys here in Hernando when they came out of prison. And I don't know how the Lord worked this out. That's the only way I can explain it. I got phone calls suddenly from a bunch of business owners saying, hey, we heard what you're doing. We have rooms in the back of our businesses we can turn into bedrooms for these guys to live in. So that solved our housing issue up here. And what a blessing that has been.
Yeah, that's super cool. Maybe they heard him on the show. Who knows? So Thomas, you're helping people, and the housing is a problem all over the place, right? I mean, we're we're talking to different Pasco County commissioners. I'm taking land listings. I've got a $2 million land listing I'm about to take, and there's moratoriums for certain parts of the counties, but that's the balance. It's such a crazy thing how it's such a balance where you've got homeowners who complaining, not only homeowners but renters and people that are driving, saying, hey, these roads are clogged. What are you doing? Why are you approving all these townhomes? Why are you approving these single family homes? But then we have these situations with people, as Michael was just saying, fleeing these lockdown states, these blue states to red, people looking for places to relocate to and bring their families and try to live a fair, free life like we're promised in America, But there's these issues, the county commissions are putting moratoriums on certain places. So, and then also with your prisoners coming out, these folks looking to start a new life, get a fresh start. You're assigning a mentor, helping them get their jobs. But, it seems like everybody, they're looking for a place to live, and there's just a lack of inventory.
Yes, exactly. But we're solving that problem up here with people opening up their businesses, actually. And up here in Hernando County, you can get away with a lot of that you can't do in Hillsborough and Pinellas. You can actually let somebody live in the back of a business around here.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, hey, we got to start thinking outside the box. Like I get it. If it's you can't do that in certain areas, like different places. There might be restaurants and things of that nature. Yeah, zoning wise, there's certain zoning particulars there. But yeah, people we got to start coming up with creative solutions. I mean, if there's somebody that can keep watch of the shop, and if it's certain type of shop, then there maybe it makes sense. What's your thoughts on that, Michael?
Yeah, no, we definitely need affordable housing here in Florida. There's no doubt about that. But if you don't mind, I'd like to go back to what Thomas was talking about, working, with people when they get out of jail. Have you been engaged in Amendment 4? Are you familiar?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's important. I mean, if someone goes to jail, they do the crime, they do their time, that's fine. They need to have, their rights restored to them. They can't, have, a weapon. You can't have a gun. You can't own a gun if you're a felon. You can't vote. These are important things. Why you're continuously being penalized after you've already supposedly served your sentence.
Right. Well, that's what Captain Will Smith. Will Smith Aviation. We're putting together this movie. We're working with now David Yates, who did the Dolphin Tale movies up here in Tampa Bay. So we got some really good all-star team executive producers helping us. But that's a big part of what we're trying to do. We're trying to revitalize and basically, the criminal justice system. And Will's story is he got railroaded by a judge, threw him in prison for 26 months, falsely accused of a heinous crime. And he won. He won his appeal. He got the judge thrown off the bench. He can no longer practice law or have a judge position. So there's a lot of things going on, and
That's
it seems
amazing.
when you track it back, it always seems to come down to power and greed and money, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the people in power, as long as they don't abuse it, everything is good. But when you've been in power for 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it may be, you're highly susceptible.
Yeah, and I think that's what we've seen with the Washington, D.C., the state of Washington, D.C., both sides. You got the Rhino Republicans, you've got the Democrats, both sides getting kickbacks, lobbyists, kickback money from here, cronyism, nepotism, all that stuff over years and years and decades and generations. Then you got the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, creeping in and putting in their values to the schools and to the universities, and it's really it's all starting to come to a head now with the wokeism and the stuff that we're seeing. But let's take a quick break there. When we come back, more with Thomas YOUNK, Cons Helping Cons. He's got a great nonprofit. You can find him online on Facebook. Cons Helping Cons, free to serve. Michael Thompson as well in studio. My friend Michael from Southwest Florida. What's the name of your real estate firm again, Michael?
Sunrise Realty Network.
Sunrise Realty Network. So Michael's in studio here, and we'll be right back with more of our expert contributors. And we're going to play a couple clips here that I think you want to hear on the program. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right to the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
Hey, Margie here with the Consumer Quarterback Show and the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. If you're buying, selling, or investing, please give us a shot. We would love to help you. We are a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, and you can reach us at 813-750-0550. Call or text 813-750-0550. ConsumerQB.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Team, Keller Williams Realty. Hot listing in South Tampa, $1 million listing at 6012 Russell Street in South Tampa. This is a gorgeous opportunity to live very close to Bayshore Boulevard. Russell Street, 6012 South Russell Street in Tampa. Almost 3,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, custom built home. Ballast Point community, 9-foot 9-inch ceilings, covered porches, travertine floors, wrought iron throughout, and beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay. Great opportunity to own real estate. 6012 Russell is a $1.2 million listings, just right below $1.2 million. We got a property on River Cove also. This is a gorgeous entry-level type home in the Tampa area, River Cove. Now, this is 1410 East River Cove Street in Tampa, 752 square feet, 3-bedroom, 1 bath, well-maintained, pre-inspected home, oversized corner lot, stainless steel appliances, majestic oaks, and ample parking. River Cove, great opportunity for that first-time buyer right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And let's give a shout out to Replenish IV Solutions. If you want to feel energized, hydrated, and replenished, do what I do. Go down and visit our friends at Replenish IV Solutions. Now, what they're going to do is the nurse is going to greet you. She's going to offer you a water. You're going to get hooked up with a vitamin infusion drip directly into your bloodstream. So it's going right into your bloodstream. Vitamins, B's, C's, all the good stuff going right into your body. I go once every 3 or 4 weeks, and I get juiced up by Replenish IV Solutions. It's a safe and effective way to restore your body's crucial systems. So reach out to Stephen and Lisa Gunn and make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on those special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got Thomas YOUNK on the line, Cons Helping Cons, and also Michael Thompson in the house, fellow realtor and also political, getting into politics. I don't know if you're a political activist, what you would call yourself, but
yeah, I would definitely call me a political activist. I kind of have a little back and forth with the media sometimes, down in Southwest Florida. I organized a protest at their front door.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we had about 60 to 70 people there.
Nice.
It was awesome. We recently with the Cuban community down in Southwest Florida, with everything that's happening down in Cuba, it's a disaster. It's coming here. It really is, and that's why the Cubans are so loud and against, socialism and everything like that.
Yeah.
So they, have been out protesting on the streets, and I engaged with them and started learning a little bit more. And they were like, we need to take our message to Joe Biden and this and that. And I was like, well, standing on the side of the road holding the sign's good, but, that's not really going to get you what you need. If you want to take your message to Joe Biden, why don't you pick up your signs and go over and do this in front of the Democratic headquarters?
Yeah.
So, I helped them organize a protest,
nice.
A rally, at the Democrat offices. So, yeah, I've definitely gotten
smart move.
Active in politics, man. Really, it's just about holding people accountable.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is. There's abuse of power everywhere.
Well, let's talk about the southern border. I bring on John Long. He's with the United States Institute Against Human Trafficking. We give some of our showtime to nonprofits, like Cons Helping Cons with Thomas YOUNK. But I want to play a clip from the Charlie Kirk Show about an idea maybe in the southern border. Maybe we want to think about deputizing citizens to take control of the Texas border and Arizona border. Check out this clip from Charlie Kirk Show.
He should be calling on the governor of Texas and the governor of Arizona to deploy the National Guard and give them arrest authority and say, look, DHS and Border Patrol, you guys are obviously not going to do your job because the president doesn't want you to. We are going to arrest and deport foreign nationals coming into our state, and we will give them free Southwest Airlines flights back to Port-au-Prince any day of the week. We will deport you and we'll deport you again. The federal government is not going to get involved in this, everybody. It is time for us conservatives, and it's time for those of us that actually want a strong border to do it ourselves. Governor Abbott requests federal emergency declaration from President Biden. That's a joke.
Yeah, so instead of writing letters like they're doing, demanding meetings, it's like you got to start taking control of your own future. And even like the latest thing with the FAA doing a flight path, a no-fly zone over those areas to try to limit the amount of media coverage. I mean, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is. the Biden administration's, created this mess down there. It's theirs. They own it. I think the governors of all the red states should be, sending their National Guard to Texas as well. Deputizing citizens, I'm not so sure about that. I think there's plenty of options on the table. I think you just got to have leadership within the GOP, that's willing to do it. There's a stark difference between, GOP establishment and conservatives. Kirk is obviously a conservative. I am too. I'm all for it. But the problem is the current leadership. They're not going to go out on a limb and say, hey, you know what, let's do this, because unfortunately it's radical. But these are radical times that we're facing right now. Nobody's really ever done this, and there's not many leaders within the GOP that's actually willing to step up and do it. Talk is cheap. I know they're doing some things out there, but they could be doing a hell of a lot more to actually stop this.
Yeah, they sure could, and it's just it's sad to see it, because they want to let them come over. They want to turn them into loyal Democrat voters because they were going to give them so many handouts and give them free everything. But I want to go back to Thomas. So Thomas YOUNK, Cons Helping Cons. What else are you seeing out there, my friend?
Well, actually, I wasn't going to bring this up because it's really kind of a pet peeve of mine, and I hate to. It just gets me so mad. I wish people would treat people better. And and I was listening to Michael talking about people in power and how they abuse that power. Well, that is nowhere nearly as evident as in the prison system.
Yeah,
and it's not just the guards. What I'm finding is probation officers. And I never for the life of me understand why. I've had my first experience up in Hernando County with a probation officer this past week, and he started out talking so meanly and roughly and condescendingly to this gentleman whom he had never met. And I'm wondering, why do you do that?
Yeah.
And, it sets up such a derogatory environment, and it pits them against each other.
Right.
And I'm wondering, well, why are you doing it? Because this is not contributing to this man's success by you threatening him and belittling him. So, we're talking about people in power. Man, I just wish people would realize that everybody's human and we should be treating each other so well. And this goes back to what you and I have talked about many times, karma.
Yeah.
I believe that when you treat somebody rudely and unprofessionally, that comes back to you.
Well,
and it really saddens me. And so I'm putting it out there to all the listeners. Man, you don't know what somebody's going through.
Yep.
And just treat everybody like you want to be treated.
Yep, that's right. We're in the middle of a spiritual war. I believe we're in the middle of a spiritual war. You've got the good versus the evil, and it even says in the Bible that Satan will something to the effect that Satan will roam the earth looking for the people to devour. I mean, so you're seeing that firsthand.
As a roaring lion, yes,
right.
Yes.
And I know you're spiritual too, Thomas, you're Christian. Yep. What's your thoughts about that?
Oh, absolutely. And matter of fact, my other spiritually minded friends, we talk about this, and it seems, well, of course, the end is getting closer every day, but it seems like it's really close, just because of what we're seeing going on in society, and and there's a verse too about how people are going to marry freely, and there's going to be no concern. We're seeing that now.
Yep.
And we're seeing people who don't believe that God created them correctly. I mean, these are all signs of the end time.
Yeah, exactly. The wokeism, the multiple genders, pronouns. I had dinner at my own kitchen table, with my daughter, and we're talking about, one of the teachers says, "Oh, let me make sure we ask say the certain pronoun," and to me it's just like, oh my gosh, how far have we come? And then it gets into the whole moral superiority, that type of thing, and trying to act like they are, but really what's the morals behind it? And then you get into the social media apps with all the garbage on social media. But yeah, it's I agree.
This experience of being politically correct has gone way off course.
Way off course. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yep. The Me Too movement, hey, they busted some people that were doing some things they weren't supposed to do, Weinstein and some of these people that, took advantage of power, kind of like we were saying. So that some of that stuff, hey, Bill Cosby, but then California, they let him out, It's like, hey, you did all this stuff, but they're going to let Bill Cosby go. All right, stay with us here. When we come back, more from our expert contributors. Plus, we got a feel-good story of the day. Sounds like something California should be doing to protect from wildfires, but old Irish goats return to Dublin to protect hills from wildfires. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Five, four, three, two, one.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Tampa Bay's best career fair coming up. Save the date, Wednesday, October 20th, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Largo Event Center, networking with over 30 businesses looking to hire as soon as possible. So if you're looking in a position, you got friends maybe that are looking to get hired, looking for a new career, new job, or maybe you're an employer out there, a business that says, hey, we'd love to be a part of this. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to welcome you. Register on Eventbrite. Tampa Bay's best career fair on eventbrite.com. Wednesday, October 20th, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Largo Event Center. Brought to you by the Consumer Quarterback Show, Massive Marketing Pros, and the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. All right, we got some hot property listings here in beautiful Tampa Bay. I'd like to let you know about a couple of our listings that we've got here. We've got a property on Nebraska Avenue, 4302 North Nebraska Avenue. This is a commercial asset available for sale close to downtown, and it's a well-kept, well-maintained property here at 4302 North Nebraska Avenue. 2,100 plus square feet. You got a spacious office building here located in Seminole Heights. Got wood flooring, decorative fireplace, corner lot with 40 to 50,000 vehicles a day passing by. Plus, you have your own private billboard. You've got your own billboard here at the property. Great opportunity in Tampa Bay to see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And let's give a shout out to Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Brothers Easy Moving. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, they're a first-class organization. They did a great job with my family's move. Reach out to Brothers Easy Moving. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we're back here in studio. We got Michael Thompson in the house. He's a realtor from Southwest Florida. And also Thomas YOUNK, CONSHELPINGCONS, on the program as well. And coming up next segment, we got Doug Clark representing ours, Creole Smokehouse, our official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, so let's go back into it. So, Michael, I want to ask you a little bit more about the real estate side. So you're doing land development deals down there. You're doing all kinds of – I see some of your listings from time to time. I'm doing the same, residential, commercial, vacant land, getting deals done, man.
Yeah, I tell you. So land's aplenty right now. I'm a big land guy. I own a lot. I've got probably 35 pieces of dirt throughout Lee County. The problem right now is, construction supplies.
Yep.
Everything being held offshore. So many people moving down here already.
Yep.
The builders being backed up. Permitting everything. Man, I tell you what, the real estate market could be so much better. The economy could be so much better.
Yep.
If we actually had inventory. But you need supplies and everything like that in order to build houses. So the resale. Part of real estate, the single-family homes, the duplexes, that's through the roof. It's unbelievable right now. You can look at the charts. You can see, from here is the new listings. Here's all the pendings, and here's all the ones that have sold. It's all about inventory right now. But the land prices have gone up, so specifically in Southwest Florida over the past, I would say really 6 to 9 months. But everybody and their mother's brother is starting to hear about it.
Yep.
So they're wanting to put their land on the market. So now the land is actually turning back into a buyer's market because everybody's putting their property back up on the market.
Yeah, it could be kind of interesting there. And then commercial's always a mixed bag, right? What kind of commercial are you talking about? You talking about an office building? You talking about a retail space? What about industrial? So you got the different aspects. But I think overall, in general, you see, because I get a lot of calls on some of my commercial listings, people are relocating their restoration businesses from Michigan, for example, or wherever it might be, right? They're bringing their businesses down too, so that's also a neat dynamic to see.
Yeah, that is right. I haven't experienced that. I don't do too much commercial. I've got some commercial buyers we're looking for right now for some flex space, industrial, warehouse with a little showroom or an office, but I don't do too much commercial, but, I can definitely see where, that's going to pose a problem. If you got these people coming to Florida to live, they're going to have a business to bring with them. Some of them will.
That's right. All right, we got Thomas YOUNK also on the lines. Cons Helping Cons, free to serve on Facebook. You can find him there. Nonprofit organization. Thomas, what would you like our audience to know? How can they get involved if they wanted to maybe volunteer or donate?
Actually, I've just been so impressed by these people offering up the rooms in their business, and actually, you brought up a really good point. Maybe they heard it on the show. I failed to ask them where they had heard about us. So hey, if there's anybody out there that has a place in Pasco or Hernando County that they could just put a cot in a back room, that's all these guys need, just so they're in out of the weather. And if you can do that, you can reach out to me. My phone number is 813-516-9347.
Yep, and hey, you got security at your place at night if that's something, if you're in an industrial area or, whatever type of area, could potentially help. And Cons Helping Cons, what a great organization, Thomas. You're doing a great job up there, man. And what else do you want people to know about your organization?
That's it. We're just all about helping people get back on their feet and become tax-paying, responsible citizens.
Reducing the recidivism rate.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Are you a 501c3? Are you a nonprofit?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's awesome. So any donations that people make will be, tax deductible for them.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And actually, on Charity Navigator, we are listed as a 100% company, meaning 100% of all donations go directly to the people we're helping. I do not take a salary. Nobody who helps us takes a salary. We just do this because we love doing it.
Wow, that's awesome, man. Because you always wonder about that too. You have remember in Haiti, wasn't there a lot of fraud with certain foundation, right? Yeah, a lot of these foundations, they I've even heard like the Red Cross. I'm not sure. I don't know.
The Red Cross. Actually, only about 15% of all donations end up helping people.
That's what I thought.
85% is eaten up in overhead and administration. But now, understand this. As a nonprofit, the IRS has very, very loose rules. You only have to use 7% of donations to help your target audience, and you can still be called a nonprofit.
Wow, that's such a crazy loophole. I mean, and
you
see the one that pops up on the NFL football games, right? Oh, vote now, text $10, you get a $10 donation to the Red Cross. Okay, so only 15%, is that according to Charity Navigator, Thomas?
Yes,
so
yes.
15% that you give to the Red Cross is actually going to help the people that just got blasted with a hurricane or just had some major natural disaster. I mean, isn't that's another thing. People in power, people that have they play the games, they manipulate the stocks, for example, you see. So it's another example. That's why I like this company too. We're bringing them on the show. I know James said he had them scheduled. I don't know when, but it's secondvote.com. If you haven't heard of secondvote.com, you got to check that one out. I heard about this one again on the Kirk show. But what it is, it's basically he's ranking. It's a husband-wife that own it. They're ranking companies based on how woke they are, how much they support abortion, or how much they support open borders, how much they support a lot of these programs that I say us as conservatives or people that believe in America. We love America. We love freedom. We love our money not going to woke left-wing type companies. But secondvote.com, I think it's 2ndvote.com. They rank these companies based on how they are. And some of them are kind of surprising. Like you would think Chick-fil-A would be like pretty strong. It's not. It's actually not. Some of the stuff they're doing now is not appropriate.
Well, you got to watch these. I was actually on my way up here. I came over the Skyway Bridge and I stopped at the rest area right there, and there was a gentleman, ironically enough, out with a petition saying, "Hey, would you sign this petition?" And I said, "Well, what is it about?" So he told me they're trying to get more games, sports betting, things like that, into already establishment casinos, more card games and things like that. And I was like, all right, that's fine. I was like, so who's sponsoring this? Because that's what I want to know.
Yeah,
I don't care what you're out here. Yeah, who's the one that's paying you to be out here?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'm not real sure. And this listed right there on it, and it was called Florida Vote for Change. So I grabbed my phone and I Googled it real quick, and it popped up. And I started looking at some of their donors.
Yeah.
Disney had donated $20.5 million to this group, Florida Vote for Change. Why the hell would Disney be dropping $20.5 million, to this organization? The Seminole Tribe of Florida was the big winner. I think they were $25 million north that they had given to those places right there. So there's a lot of great things that are out there to consider, getting behind and supporting. But you should really, there's an old saying in real estate, you get what you inspect, not what you expect.
Yeah.
So dig a little. There's a lot of, corrupt organizations out there that are really just basically trying to take advantage of people.
Yeah, absolutely. And Disney's not it's not the family-based thing.
Speaking of woke,
it used to be,
the job fair that you were talking about a few minutes ago, are there going to be any businesses there that are going to be looking for people who don't want to be masked or mandatory vaccinated or anything like that? Because
I would think so.
They're popping up in Southwest Florida left and right, these little job fairs, where people, hey, if you don't want to get vaxxed, we're not going to force it. We're not going to do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Patriots all across Florida are really coming together and starting to support stuff like this.
Absolutely. I love that. Tampa Bay's best career fair coming up Wednesday, October 20th, 6 to 8 p.m., Largo Event Center. Register on Eventbrite. All right, final thought to you, Thomas. Final words of wisdom.
Well, what we've been talking about all day here today, treat each other as you want to be treated. My prayer every morning is I just let God shine through me and let the person who's talking to me see God, not see me. I don't want to mess up God's will.
Nice. I like that. Love it, man. Good stuff. Keep up the good work, Thomas.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. All right, final thought to you, Michael.
Yeah, I want to piggyback off of that. I take things one day at a time. I take it as it comes to me. I'd rather react than overreact. Treat people fairly. Treat them accordingly. If they're being, tough with you, then, it's okay to be tough back. But, don't always be a jerk. The world's not crashing. There's some bad things that's going on right now, but there's plenty of hope out there. You just got to get engaged. Go to my website. If you guys want to connect with me politically, I have a PAC here in Florida. It's called the Florida Conservative, thefloridaconservative.com. You can also find me on Facebook. Just go to @thefloridaconservative on Facebook. It's doing great. I think we're pushing like 11,000 followers on there right now. We just started a few months ago, so you can tell that people are really getting behind this. I'm going to be speaking over at the Highlands County Tea Party over in Sebring on October the 5th. If you guys, anyone listening within the earshot of Sebring, October the 5th, I'll be over there at the Tea Party speaking, and I'm going to be in Daytona Beach speaking at the Birthplace of Speed Republican Assembly. That's going to be November the 2nd. But get engaged, because if you don't, you're basically missing a lot of opportunities to save our country. The freedoms that you were brought up and raised with, your children and your grandchildren aren't going to have those freedoms if you just sit back and continuously post on social media. You got to get off the couch.
You got to get out there and door knock, like you were saying yesterday. Get out there and get involved. Help people get elected. Door knock. Do whatever it takes. TheFloridaConservative.com.
Yep.
TheFloridaConservative.com. Michael Thompson. Thanks for coming in, man.
Man, appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Good stuff. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about this feel-good story again, and kind of like something that California should take a lesson from. They want to blame it on climate change and all that, but they don't want to blame it on maintaining their woodlands and doing some of the wildlife conservation they should. But this feel-good story says, old Irish goats return to Dublin to protect hills from wildfires. We'll be right back after this short break. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, certified negotiation expert as well. We help our sellers profit more and sell faster by featuring their listings in ways that other real estate companies don't. We got a hot property here in Tampa Bay, 6012 South Russell Street in Tampa. This is one block away from Bayshore. If you like to jog and walk that Bayshore like you see a lot of people doing in the morning, Bayshore Drive, check out this property. 3,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, custom built home. It's got concrete, poured concrete, both stories, not just the bottom. It's all the way up to the second floor. Ballast Point community, 9-foot 9-inch ceilings, covered porches, travertine floors, wrought iron throughout, and a large, extremely large walk-in closet. 6012 South Russell Street in Tampa. One of our hot real estate listings, $1 million listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. How about 5602 Land O'Lakes Boulevard? $1.8 million listing of mine, commercial property that we've got up in Land O'Lakes. This is a beautiful property. Great opportunity, 7+ acres. You've got 5 roughly that's buildable on Lake Helen. So this is 5602 Land O'Lakes Boulevard, Land O'Lakes, Florida. Used to be Eve's Garden, but now it's opened up for development opportunities. C2 general commercial, water and sewer are available, so it's a great expansion opportunity along US 41 in Land O'Lakes. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, it's time to tell you something good here.
Tell me something good.
So here's our feel-good story of the day. Old Irish goats return to Dublin to protect hills from wildfires. So again, it's kind of like California should do instead of blaming this global warming. Ireland is tackling the continued threat of wildfires by employing dozens of endangered goats as part of the unique conservation project. 25 goats are relocated from the hills to Howth, a peninsula that overlooks Dublin city center. The goats are tasked with eating overgrown vegetation that fuels wildfires. Again, take a note from California with all these wildfires. Why don't you start doing these types of things? The government in Ireland decided to act after wildfires became bigger and more frequent, threatening Howth village and homes on the hillsides. We can, it says, quote, we can either maintain this landscape with machinery or goats. The goats will graze whatever comes back and eats it, and very nice and short. Keeps it very nice and short, says Hans Visser. He's the council's biodiversity officer. So the council contacted the Old Irish Goat Society that was formed in 2006 to protect endangered animals. And it says, quote, we're giving our little beautiful creatures a job to do, and they're doing it right. They're not just a tourist attraction. They can eat and earn their keep. So feel good story of the day. How about we get some goats out there in California, eat some of those hillsides. All right, so let's go to the phone lines here now. So we've got Doug Clark, owner and head chef over at Ours Creole Smokehouse. Hey, Doug.
How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm blessed and highly favored, I'd like to say, my friend.
love it.
Yeah, man. So I tell you, I take my wife, my family over. We have some dinner over there. Man, such good food. I tell you what, you go and then you finish off with that dessert that you bring out. Such good food, man. Give us a little sample over the airwaves here.
Well, we're smoking ribs right now. We got them going down. Tonight's our rib night. $16 a pop. They're not the normal ones that we always have, but again, we beat on this product a little bit last time I was on the air about what we can get and what we can't get, but doesn't matter. They're still good. I just got done pulling a blackberry crisp out of the oven, one of my mom's recipes, bread pudding. I think that's the one I brought out for you.
Oh yeah.
And my wife just dropped off the bourbon pecan pie. We got some hogfish in today. We got some Louisiana redfish, one of the staples. We floated around a little bit, and some flounder, and we got all kinds of good stuff going on. It's just the guy calls me in the morning. I pick up the phone and say, "What do you got? What's the price? Bring it."
Nice. That's pretty cool. So you've got your based this on the Creole. Give me the family story again, because I remember it was the New Orleans flavor, right?
New Orleans flavor. So my mom was a chef. She was born and raised in the restaurants, and we grew up in a restaurant. Actually, I'll throw it out there. I don't really care. They're in Stevensville, Michigan, Toasties Restaurant. Long tradition, huge history with that place. And we all worked there. Me and my brothers, my cousins, my stepsisters. We were there, and we used to live outside in the house. And my mom started as a line cook there when maybe she was 22, 23, and she became the executive sous chef. My stepdad was the part owner, and Ginger, she lives out in Hawaii now. Obviously, long time retired, but we still use a lot of recipes that we got from. My grandma was the pastry chef. My mom was the chef. My stepdad. Ginger, who is basically like a grandma to us, so we learned all this stuff growing up. And when we came home from school, my mom was obviously working doubles every day, and there would be a note on the counter, and it would be like, "This is what you have to do." Boom, 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 and it wasn't like just taking hamburger helper and throwing it in there. There was a process to it, so we started learning how to cook at a very, very, very young age, and it's so funny, when you talk about, I was listening to the show earlier, about what's going on, and, just out there in the world, and, we were home alone, and, we're talking 10, 11, 12 years old. We grew up on a farm, obviously, but, we were running and gunning out there, and, this is how it was. Now it's like you can't even let your kid outside, to go play and ride their bike down the road, you get worried about it, but that's another story for this and that, but, that's where we come from. We come from a cooking family, and that's why we come in first thing in the morning, and we start cooking as soon as we get here, and what we have is what we have, and, hopefully it hits the spot for most people. I think it does. The reviews say so. Obviously, we get a few bad ones here and there, it is what it is, but, I would say 99% of all of our reviews online, you could check us out, we're positive, and, we take that and we run with it here at the restaurant. We want it to be, to feel like a family, a small place, it is our family, but whoever works here is part of our family as well, because if a server's not making money, I'm not making money. So I always tell everybody here at the restaurant, like, listen, you guys, we'll pull a team meeting and say, listen, I might write the checks. I do not pay you, though. Our guests pay you. Our guests pay you. It's about that. We want everybody that walks in this door, no matter what. Money is green. And people work hard for their money. We want to make sure if they're coming out here that they're getting the experience that they deserve when they come in here to spend their hard-earned money. And that's what we pride around here. That's what we preach.
Ours, Creole Smokehouse, live music as well. Some nights got oysters on the menu, and it's just a quick word on reviews, man. You're always going to have haters, every now and then you just get them. They come across. A lot of times it could even be a competitor just kind of setting you up, doing that kind of stuff.
It's possible. We don't dwell on it. Sometimes we'll take a look at the review, and and a lot of it sometimes it has some truth. We'll do a little digging. I'll go and ask. This was your table. We track it all, and maybe there was something happened. If somebody was angry or this and that. But give us the chance to solve the problem here while you're here. Let us solve it.
That's right.
It's not like it happens all the time. You know, for the most part, the people that come here, you know, our guests, you know, and you know, they're great people, you know, and obviously it's rough out there in the restaurant world, but you know, we pride ourselves in making sure that no matter what, you know, we're going to sit down and we're going to take care of you. But you know, just if there's something wrong, it's an easy fix.
That's right.
It's a very easy fix. You know, we can solve it here. You know, and it's just give us the opportunity to solve the problem if there is one. You know, or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Doug, give me the website and the best place to find you.
www.ourscreole.com, and you can check us out. Our Instagram page got some good pictures, and our Google website. You can find all of our live events. We got Big D, you know, nice blues band this tomorrow night, and then we got Julie Black at her band on Saturday, and then we roll in the next weekend with which will be our second-year anniversary, and we got the Jazz Schools, T-Bone, and then our Sunday brunch on for our second-year anniversary.
Sunday brunch. Nice. That sounds good. Hey, Doug, thanks for joining us here on the show. Appreciate you, man. Keep doing a good job.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Hey, another great show. I want to thank Thomas Young, Michael Thompson, and Douglas Clark on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.